Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Keikaku Corner with your host Matt Marrero along with the other host.
Oh, we're doing okay. Tristan Walter.
What, isn't this how we opened up Keikaku Corners or did I forget?
Uh, I, I mean, you usually say, "Are you there?" or like you introduce me, and then I make some kind of weird gesture into the camera that you can't see right now, but then you find later, and you're like, "God damn it, I did it again."
So yeah, because I know where you are, actually. I remembered. I was like, yeah, he's right over here, and I'm pointing
I'm
in the right
next to you.
direction. Always.
Like, always.
Damn it, yeah.
Damn it, you beat me to it. Oh God, that was a little too much. We did not rehearse that. And Matt is dying.
I'm too sick to do this, damn you.
In today's news,
Matt Marrero died a horrible, violent death due to Tristan Walter's negligence.
and with his last words, he said, "Please encode this video."
Please encode this video. It's going to be hilarious. Alright, so today we're talking about a lot of different topics. So let's actually discuss at least the titles of the articles right now. Because, this is what we do here. We do a little intro first, and then we jump right into our first article. So, oh God, I don't have my glasses on. Tristan,
Well,
I don't.
okay.
It's okay. I got them on.
Well,
I got them on, everybody. I got them on.
Fumbles with that. We have a new story on Gintama releasing DVDs.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, we have Gintama DVDs being released by Funimation. Bum bum bum. We have FLC Progressive / Alternative getting delayed on Toonami, but not necessarily. Not on television, but a little bit of a delay. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Also, Shout Factory releasing Jetman DVDs. I'll explain to all of you and Tristan why that's amazing. And what the heck Jetman even is. What is a Jetman? You'll find out later. Attack on Titan Season 3 getting a world premiere in theaters. That's awesome. Also, the Rurouni Kenshin Hokkaido arc is not returning to Viz's Shonen Jump. So that's the US branch, and if you don't know why, holy crap. That's going to be something to fucking talk about later. Also, Power Rangers movie plans confirmed by Hasbro. If you don't remember, Tristan, there was a Power Rangers movie released a few years back. Also, something that I didn't remember, the AC is on. So this episode, you're going to hear a little bit less AC later on, because I'm going to turn that off when we cut. I am furious. Also, we have Paramount CEO talking about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, describing his character as a juvenile delinquent. Makes me think of that meme with, I can't remember the actor's name, just, Ohio, cool kids, or how's it going, cool kids? I can't remember the actor's name, I love his work, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. And the Nintendo store received a bomb threat in April. I was just there, and I didn't shit my pants then, but I am now. Also, we're going to discuss the Bleach live-action movie trailer. And, oh no, oh yes. Also, apparently, Saban, I always want to say Saban Brands to be shutting down following Hasbro acquiring Power Rangers. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. And also want to make sure, did I get every single article? Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going to jump talking about Gintama right now. And by right now, I mean after I turned off that AC. Damn it all to hell. And we're back. I'm furious. I hope you can hear me a little bit better. Tristan, you could always hear, because I think you have a fan running, but no one can see it off camera, and frankly, I can't hear it if we're both talking. And this is a podcast, so we're both always talking. Now, this piece of news, by the way, the Gintama piece of news, is really old, actually. It's funnily enough, it's from December 2017. But why did I want to talk about this? Well, the reason why I want to talk about this is because we've talked about a lot of Gintama stuff before. We took a little bit of a hiatus, but you love Gintama. I'm sure there's some other people that have been on the channel that might like it more, potentially. And if so, we'll fight, have them fight to the death with you. But I know that out of this podcast, you're the one that's more familiar with Gintama than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen about the first season. I'm working on the second. I've been meaning to get back into it, but
And you're watching it through Crunchyroll, because I know you don't have the DVDs.
No.
Okay, and the DVDs, by the way, there were DVDs before this one, and this is where anime is getting odd. Like, really, and not anime distribution companies. There's been some oddities for a while now, but I think we're reaching a strangeness Well,
Okay.
no. What I'm saying is a weird situation where it's feeling like some of these anime distribution companies are becoming like fan subgroups. Well, what I mean by that is, and I'm not trying to promote piracy here. I'm just stating the facts that there have been times when fan subgroups have dropped a certain show, be it an anime or in other genres of media, foreign media, and another fan subgroup says, "Hey, don't worry about it. They went up to episode 15. We're going to start from 15, and once we finish the show, we'll work our way back." Right? So, because maybe the first 15 were actually of good quality. It's just that they were like, hey, why start at number 1, and then if we get bogged down at episode 7, then we can't continue any farther. Let's start at 15, and then maybe, if they get bogged down at like 20, that's still another 5 episodes, right?
Right.
And this is also assuming that the show isn't legally available in whatever language it's being distributed in, which doesn't technically make it more legal, but at least, there's a bit of a different idea there instead of this being like a Full Metal Alchemist fan sub. It's like, guys, there's legal alternatives that you should probably get, But anyway, so the point is, though, is that here, this in a way it's like they're becoming like fan subgroups because the first 2 seasons listed as the first two collections, quote unquote, were released by Sentai Filmworks years ago. At this point, so long ago that apparently, according to the article itself, which if you guys don't know will be listed down below in the description box, it says that this is the first home video release of Gintama in 8 years.
Yeah.
So that means that the last home video release, according to this article, was the movie, because they did 2 collections and the movie.
Right.
8 years ago. That's nuts. To think that it's been that long. I guess it didn't sell well for them, which it sucks because it's hard to sell, unless you're going to get like a TV deal, it's hard to dub a show and just have it lie on DVD, because when a company dubs something over, the idea is hopefully you can recoup the costs by getting a television channel like Cartoon Network / Toonami, Nickelodeon, Disney XD. At one point it's Discovery Kids now, I think, but at one point it was called The Hub.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that one.
God.
Yeah. That's one that I don't think they aired anime, but I know that they aired older cartoons. I know they aired the Transformers stuff that was kind of Japanese-ish, but not really. I can't remember the name of those shows, but not the original Transformers, some later ones. Anyway, my point though is that when it comes to this show, Sentai Filmworks just put it bare bones on a DVD, and maybe it sold well for them, maybe it didn't. I don't think it sold well enough because they only did 2 collections and then the movie, and that was it.
Right.
So it's sad, but it never made any traction. They were done there. And now all of a sudden we have Funimation coming into this, working with Crunchyroll. And they're releasing Season 3. They released it on DVD, Blu-ray. If you're wondering, well, when is this coming out? I didn't even hear about this. Well, it's already out. No, because the article lists it's coming out in March. We're in June, Tristan.
Right. Yes.
It's out. You can get it right now on Amazon, other websites. We should probably get an affiliate link or something like that.
I will be right back.
Yeah, right? It is expensive, but what anime isn't, especially newer anime? You also have a PS4 now, so you can play the Blu-ray if you wanted to.
Yes.
So I can talk about this all day. I'll take a brief reprieve. I'll chill for a bit. Tristan, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense to me where, like, I love this series, but I can see where a dub might be a little bit difficult because obviously not all of the jokes, and they make plenty of like jokes about other anime and anime in general, but there are some more cultural jokes that maybe an English audience might not catch, and it might be hard to get an equivalent. Yeah,
the equivalent is a bit rough.
Yeah.
Funimation, though, is known for just kind of making things, into making funny scripts, even when the comedy isn't even there. And in those cases, I'm not a big fan. I'm a big fan of like laughing at the situation, but I'm still not. I will never not discuss negatively the phrase "once the fish jumps." It's funny, but it shouldn't have been in the official DVD release. I have a DVD, and it's on the official release, Tristan. I don't know if it's on the Blu-ray, but it's on the official DVD.
The official catch and release, Matt?
Hey! But seriously though, so like But the stuff that there is supposed to be comedy, right? There is supposed to be comedy. A show like Hitalia, hilarious. The dub is really funny.
Right, right.
So it's not like they're, against the humor. Also a show that was picked up. It was a funny show, but I heard it didn't have as much comedy until Funimation got their dub of it. I don't know if the show is, if the license has been released, because we know that Case Closed was released recently, so that's any company can pick that up now. But the one show that I'm referring to though is Sergeant Frog, which you have in your collection because you bought it from me. And it's funny because I might actually ask you for that back. I actually might want to be like, just to borrow it. Be like, I kind of want to see this. See what they did differently. Because people were saying online that they really went far in a different direction with the humor. Also, when Funimation did Crayon Shin-chan.
Right.
Which is a long-running Japanese show that I think Funimation only did maybe like 2-3 seasons of. And that was really popular back in the day on Adult Swim.
Right.
So I do wonder if maybe them picking this up, and I don't know what they're doing with the comedy. I haven't seen the new dub, but maybe they're working it in a way thinking, oh, maybe Toonami would want to pick it up. I mean, Toonami, and we'll talk about this more potentially next week in next week's episode of Keikaku Korner, but Toonami is picking up Pop Team Epic. That's the name of the show, right? Or
yeah.
Did I flip it around? Okay. It's just, to me, it's just a string of 3 words. I'm like, I could get those wrong very easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I feel like Gintama could work. It's a big series, but humor-wise, I feel like it would fit perfectly in the lineup on Adult Swim's Toonami.
I'll say this much. Is it a long series? Yes. Maybe too long for Toonami? Also, yes.
Probably, yeah.
But guess what, Tristan? Guess what? 2 things. 1, I Raise You a Shippuden. And that one still doesn't have new episodes on as far as I've seen. So I don't even know if I don't even think they're new to TV because when I see them listed, they show the year that it came out like as 2011. So I don't even know if they're new to TV.
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, guys, I'm not against Naruto. I really am not. I swear to God I'm not. But why is this? I guess you need something in that slot because it can't be too new, can't be too old because it's not a... It's like a really odd slot to be. I think it's like at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
You don't want to put your newest series there, but you also don't want to put, Bebop there. It's odd. But still, when it comes to this show, though, another thing, too, is I have to admit, yes, I talked about the fan sub comparison. I did. But I do want to add, to be fair to Funimation, they apparently they can't get the rights to the first 2.
Right. Because
I'm sure Sentai Filmworks still has that. But I think just the reason why I'm talking about it being so strange is because I think with Free, the show Free, right, Tristan?
Yeah.
Season 1, I think, was by Funimation. And then Season 2, Sentai Filmworks came in and got the license to it.
Right.
Or vice versa. Sentai Filmworks got the first season, and then Funimation came in and dubbed the second season, but they never touched the first one.
Right.
So the first season is undubbed on a disc by Sentai Filmworks. And season 2 is dubbed and subbed on a Funimation disc. What? So in this case, this makes a little bit more sense, I guess, but it's still super odd. That's what I'm saying. It's just weird. Also, it says that the Gintama release is limited to the show's 3rd season. Why is the 3rd season that many episodes? When Sentai Filmworks released 2 collections, were they a lot more episodes than I thought? Or did they release the collections in parts and then gave up?
I mean, it was 49 episode first season.
No, because when looking at this, it says the Gintama release is so far limited to the show's 3rd season, episodes 266 to 316.
Yeah.
What? Why is that?
I mean, they have multiple seasons, but I think they were able to get more for, this, not the second, but by the 3rd season, I think it started. I don't really know, but I think that's where it might have built up more popularity, so they were able to get more.
No. What I'm trying to say is that like they release them as collections instead of calling them seasons, and even Funimation isn't calling them collections; they're calling it Series 3. What I'm getting at here is, do you think perhaps Series 3 Part 1? Do you think perhaps that because I don't have the list of things that Sentai Filmworks released on hand, do you think they may have released it in more parts than I thought? So that if they were like, oh, we released like 6 parts, and then all of a sudden that's like X amount of episodes each, because to start at season 3 and then have it be episode 266, I'm like, that's a lot.
Right.
Like the same didn't happen with what's it called, with Dragon Ball Z, and I know they cut it up into arbitrary seasons too, but still, like Funimation did. But it's still really strange to just be like, oh yeah, season 3. Like, it just hit me right now as we're talking about this. I'm like, we're gonna wrap this up soon, but it just hit me like, wait a minute, that's 266. That's a lot.
Right.
Anywho, either way though, I'm excited for this because I think that Funimation might not drop it. Although if they do, then it truly will be like fan subs if another company comes in to pick it up after that. That will be hilarious. If they end up dropping it and then another company is like, no, I saw that their numbers were okay. Let's see what I can get out of this.
Right.
That would be hilarious. That's just my take on it, though. Do you think Funimation will be able to potentially finish this or no?
I think they could, yeah.
It's interesting because they're doing very well with One Piece. I think they're just it's funny because some people are like, oh no, but they've dropped this or like this, but like any other company, if their thing is making money, they're gonna keep it.
Right.
And I think the only time recently I've noticed that it's been an issue is when a company, I forgot the name of the company, but they own Black Butler, they animate at least Black Butler and the Full Metal Alchemist series. They pulled the license to those 3 because any Japanese company can do that if they want to.
Right.
So the Japanese company pulled the license, and I was like, oh, shit. So, because that meant that it goes out of print within the next, 6 months or so. So I'm trying to get some Black Butler. I already have Full Metal Alchemist on DVD. Blu-ray. The DVDs are kind of cheap, so that's okay. But, do we have to cut?
No.
Oh, shit. Well, we cut anyway.
Okay.
So give me a second. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. But either way, this is still very interesting. I think just something that I knew that Tristan wanted to talk about. And also now that he knows about it, he's going to put it on some wish list. He's going to be like, well, how close is Christmas? Your birthday's close. So,
yeah.
But either way, it's pretty cool. I'll say that much. And we'll see where it goes. I would feel odd if they started showing, Gintama from episode 266 on Toonami, though. So I don't know if they should assume that the people watching Toonami actually... Because I think if they start from 266... I don't know much about the show, but I think that would be a nail in a coffin before it even gets the chance to be alive.
Right.
I don't know. How far are you in season 1?
I think I'm towards the end. I'm pretty sure I'm almost to season 2.
What episode is what I'm saying?
I don't remember exactly.
Was it in the hundreds yet, or?
Yes.
Do you think at that point in the show, even just at that point, if someone just jumped in, they'd be okay?
I mean, it's weird because each episode is kind of 2 or 3 different stories. Usually 2, and I think they're 15 minutes each.
Right.
And a lot of it is just day-to-day life. There are some episodes where important things do happen.
Yeah, so I know that. I know it's not really meant to be a Dragon Ball Z type show. I get that, right?
Right. It's not tune in next week to find out what happened, after today.
Right, yeah.
It goes on for a while, and then before you expect it, suddenly something huge is going down. You're like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that at that point, do you think some things have happened that are big enough that it's kind of odd if, Toonami were to just air it from there?
Season 3, probably, yeah, because I'm pretty sure the movie is in there somewhere as well. Either after 1 or after 2.
All right, then. So anyway, you can go buy it if you want to, if you really want to take that, you want to take that jump. If you don't, because, I mean, if you don't, well, funnily, if you don't have the first 2 collections or seasons or whatever you want to call them, you could potentially watch them on Crunchyroll.
Right.
And purchase this, to be fair, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I hope in the future, though, hopefully within the next, 2 years or so, Funimation will get the rights to the earlier parts of Gintama, because I don't want this to be a thing for, the next 10 years. The Funimation's we got everything but the first 2. It's wait, what? So, either way, interesting stuff, and we'll see. We'll report some more Gintama news if it comes up. Alright, so we're done.
Okay. Yeah, it was just my dad going into the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, no. I didn't know if it was going into, your room. And I didn't want to be mid-sentence.
Yeah, I do just want to look at something real quick. I'll be right back.
Sure.